Hello and welcome back to the Racing Legend 1234 YouTube channel. I'm Arvid Silver, and as you may have read the title, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is this is my last video on Horizon 4, which is really sad. But the good news is Forza Horizon 5 comes out a week from when this is uploaded for me. So I will want you to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will see when I upload it. My first look into Forza Horizon 5. But the thing is, it won't be uploading hit the bell because I will uploading it randomly during the day. Because I will wake up early, do the video and play the game, and then I will edit, render, post. So you'll have to just quickly look. But so, because this is our last episode on Forza Horizon 4, what do we do? Well, I'm going to do a little guided tour, last drive around the game in what car, you may ask? Well, I'm gonna show you. There is no better car to do it in than the McLaren Senna. It was the cover car of the game, so I thought it's really fitting for us to drive it. It's not a bone stock, but it's the same livery as what's on the cover. So let's go out and go on a drive. We are at the festival now. I've had some good memories from the festival, and I really believe it was a really good festival, this one, because when we just go back here, they have a little racetrack, I might just say. A little one. Then you have this little section here. You could try and drift your cars if my handbrakes wants to work.
Turn sharp left.
So yeah, this was a really good festival, and the drag strip was also quite nice. And here we are on the drag strip. Really nice. Really liked the drag strip because it was quite nice just going here, and then you just top speed and then you'll go up. And I believe that the game looks much better than what it does in the recording. But from what I've seen of Forza Horizon 5, it looks really nice. And a lot of people have actually been like hating on the force feedback in the game. An example is Airship 111. But in my opinion, because they are talking about the base, but after I fine-tuned it a little bit, I really believe that this feels really good. And I'm coming from playing Assetto Corsa and those games. But otherwise, I've heard that that the new Forza game feels really nice compared to this, and the new physics. So I'm really intrigued to see what's actually the difference. But I've heard the braking is much better, so hopefully we'll get a taste of that in a week for you. Now we come to the little village, which is quite interesting because it felt like, oh, why is it here? But then when I just go here, it just feels like you're just driving in a little community, you can say. It feels really nice. Just driving around here, going down to the local pub, just hanging out. And now we are coming up to one of the most famous, not famous, but one of the most driven races. Not just the actual normal race, but this was a large cash grab race, because just going on the other side of this, what do we have? Well, we have the motorway, which, ooh, sounds really nice. But anyway, a lot of top speed runs were done here, not by me, but other people. And that was a big problem, hitting the different cars. But the big problem was that going up here, were close to a top speed, but you never actually hit it because you had to always turn, and then came this big turn where you couldn't barely go straight without losing speed. So yeah, was really hard. But now in the new Forza game, they have a really long motorway, which hopefully we could try and set some top speeds and see if we can actually have one of the records. And now when coming from off the motorway, what have we reached? Well, we have reached Edinburgh, which was, in my opinion, from just playing Forza Horizon 3 and this game, was a really nice kind of area, because you had this long main road, then you had all of the smaller streets which you could just drive around. It felt like a normal city, you could say, which was really nice because you could just drive around, chill, and have fun. And from watching the videos of Forza Horizon 5, they have a new town called Guanajuato, if I pronounce it correctly, and that one looks really interesting because it has a lot of tunnels and quite nice architecture, which I will be really interested to see. Now we have reached the quarry, which also was really fun to drive, because here you could really try out all the different off-road cars you have. So you could go around in your Audi or in your custom-made rally car and just try out and see how it handles the off-roading. And like you see from this car, it doesn't handle it the best, but it's still okay. And a little spoiler for you, everybody who's watching, what I will be posting some of, if a new car comes out, you will see, oh, race car build, top speed build, all of this. But you never see rally builds, off-road builds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build all the cars basically. I'm going to try and take them off-roading, or take them off-roading and see how well they do in a what's it called, in a environment which is quite known for showing how good the car does with low grip. And I also like off-roading because I come from Sweden and there's a lot of forests and these things, so it will be really interesting, so you can sort of simulate to see how well it would be if you made one of them into a rally car. Another thing which was big in Forza Horizon 4 was, of course, Fortune Island, which was the first expansion we got in the game. Welcome to Fortune Island. This was the first expansion we got, if I probably remember correctly, and what I remember from this was that it was not the best expansion for a lot of people, but I sort of liked it because you got a new perspective on... No, you got the new type of, what's it called, new weather not system, but new weather type, sort like the thunderstorms, which was really interesting. And then you also had a few jumps which were quite fun. You had the treasure hunting, which was fun, and then you also had one thing which the drift community really liked: the mountain. So now let's go to the mountain and see how it is to drive up it. And now we are coming up to the place where all the drifting guys loved. This drift zone was really long, and it was actually quite fun, tricky, you can say. This is sort of a okay hill climb, I would say. A lot of twisty bends and thing, but otherwise it's not very tall. But what's new in the new Forza Horizon 5 is we have a new long, very large mountain, and there's a hill climb which is very long. I believe a guy did it in 6 minutes in a S1 class car, and what I'm gonna tell you about that means it's very long, because this one, as you can see, I mean, like a quick car, and I do it in like 2 minutes, no, less than a minute, or around a minute. So it's very long, which will be interesting. So I will maybe post a video about the hill climbing in there, because there's both an asphalt track and a rally one, off-road one. So I will be doing maybe a video on that to see how good it actually is. But something else with the mountain, which was fun, was this route. There's an off-road road which goes on the other side of the mountain, which is quite fun, because if you fell off into the water. So you had to be really cautious when going there. And now I really need to control my throttle, so nothing doesn't happen. See, here you can see the off-roading road I was talking about. Quite squiggly, quite narrow, and if you fell off, you're dead, because you have this beautiful water. Little hill climb, big mountain, off-roading tracks, quite big jumps. This has been what this expansion was. But how good was the second expansion? Let us find out. So here we are at the second expansion, called Lego Speed Champions. It brought in a few Lego cars. Like, one of them was the Lego McLaren Senna. It brought in those challenges, which you can see to my left, which are actually in Forza Horizon 5, but not in form of bricks, but I don't remember fully what else. And then it also brought in one thing, which a lot of people loved, and a lot of people wanted to be in Forza Horizon 5, and thankfully the developers, Playground Games, have included it. So let's go and see what I'm talking about. We are coming up to it now. You might see it on the right. You might recognize it, or you can guess what it is. Now we're going. It was, of course, the race circuit. So what's so special about this circuit? Well, this is the first circuit we probably have in Forza Horizon 4. It has, as you can see, a circuit, a oval-like outer ring, and what more did it have? Well, let me just go around this bend and I'm gonna show you. So as you can see, it has a inner circuit, which in my opinion looks a little bit like Yas Marina. If you don't know how Yas Marina looks, well, search it up on Google, because I don't want to show a picture and get copyright claimed, even though I don't earn any money. But as you can see, we have a pit lane too. And yeah, this was really fun, because you could do a lot of different types of oval racing, such as I believe AR12 did Cadillac limo racing, which you could see. But this game also brought in a few things which are in this direction. And I forgot to tell you, but in Forza Horizon 5 they will have a new race circuit, and that's actually around the first proper Horizon Festival. And one of the first things which was brought in the Lego Speed Champions was these sand dunes. We had a little bit on the beach in Forza Horizon on the main map, but here it brought in actual sand dunes with large jumps. And something I'm happily allowed to say, because they are in Forza Horizon 5. So you can go on in a dune buggy or in a Baja race truck. You can go on the sand dunes, or you can go into the town they have, Guanajuato. And here is the town of Lego. It's quite fun, this town, actually, because you're just driving around, looking around, and then sometimes you could see, you could go down these smaller roads, and you could see small Lego people cheering you on. It was really fun, because all of this is basically breakable except the houses. So it's really fun just going around here and just smashing into everything. then going up and hitting a Lego store. Or what is it? Toy shop? Yeah, it's a Lego shop. So, what did Lego's expansion bring in? A race circuit, sand dunes, and some special missions, which all are in the new Forza Horizon game. So now, let's summarize. Forza Horizon 4 was released around 3 years ago, and it was highly anticipated with all the new seasons and everything. It got a bit of flack for the seasons, which it brought in, but then, as the game progressed, we got also new cars monthly and sometimes weekly. So it was really fun in that way. Then we also got the first expansion, which was Treasure Mountain, which a lot of people didn't really like. And then you had the Lego Speed Champions, which a lot of people liked, especially with the race circuit. So, what is my conclusion? This was a really good game, and I hope Forza Horizon 5 will be better. Next video, which I will be uploading, is a track guide and review around Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the Mexican Grand Prix track. But on Friday, next week, you'll have to wait, because I will be releasing my first look into Forza Horizon 5. So subscribe, hit the bell icon, like, and I hope to see you then. But before that, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.